Hey everyone, Chris Gogland here. Beginning of December, before the new Rastakhan Rumble cards come out, we're going to play a couple quick games trying to improve our rank just at the beginning of the month here. And we are going to use Quest Druid before that deck completely gets changed yet again, like many other decks. Excuse me. Just getting over a bit of a cold here. So we're starting the month at rank 8. And we've got our deck tracker that should come up here in just a second. But we're going to play a couple games here. This is always a fun deck to play, and I don't know exactly how much it will change in the next month. I haven't looked too much at the new cards yet for Rastakhan's Rumble. Basically, everybody seems like they're getting the same ratio of cards. It's 3 commons, 3 rares, 2 epics, 2 legendaries. So 10 cards. Class-specific cards. Rogue, I don't need either of those. So 10 class-specific cards don't really seem like they're going to do a whole lot to Druid, so maybe just if there are some neutral cards that would end up changing this deck, that's what would be more likely to have an impact. For those of you not familiar with Quest Druid, we'll pull that up here in a second. So basically, you just have to play 5 minions with 5 or more attack, then you get this guy Barnabas, who's an 8/8 5-drop, which is awesome, and then he changes the cost of all the minions in your deck to 0. So then since all your minions cost 0, things like Oaken Summons that recruit a minion of cost 4 or less can get anybody. Same thing with, hang on a second. The Guild Recruiter does the same thing. He also pulls out basically any minion for you, and then when you use things like Ferocious Howl or Nourish to draw a bunch of cards into hand, you're hoping to draw a bunch of expensive, now 0 cost minions. Hey, there we go. Always love getting some. This guy's pretty ideal. He counts himself when he's summoned, and then when the death rattle triggers and summons the second copy of the 5/1 guy, that also counts toward your quest, so he's kind of an ideal character to get. He really helps get your quest completed faster. And he's got 5 attack, so I'm sure he'll do some type of combo or backstab. Oh, Ziliax. Get some of that life back. Alright. Unfortunately, I think we're in a spot now where we're going to have to burn one of our Oaken Summons to get the additional armor, get another minion out, and then use a Spellstone and get rid of that guy. Ziliax doesn't concern me too much because I'm just trying to get a very large board of very big minions. Rogue's always a little tricky because then they just vanish and put all your guys back in your hand. But you work around it. You just don't go crazy. One of the other key cards or cool cards in this deck is the Gloop Sprayer, who summons a copy of each adjacent minion. So if you get like Malygos and Lich King or something out, then you put this guy in between them, and then you make extra copies of them. Then you got 2 Lich Kings, 2 Malygos. I don't know that I want to ramp right now. Sometimes you like to save this. If you get it early, obviously you do it. If you get it a little later, sometimes you want to save it just to draw an extra card. But we've only completed 3. I could swipe. Just to take Kobold Illusionist. Ugh. do not like the Rogue Death Rattle Illusionist deck. It's a pain in the ass to play against because they can very easily one turn kill you by triggering a couple of Death Rattles, putting multiple copies of 1/1 copies of Malagos into play, and then doing something like Sinister Strike for 15 or 16 damage, or some other stuff like that. You eviscerate for 15 and then Sinister Strike for a dozen or so, and then you're toast. Let's play our big taunt minion. Don't know how much that's going to slow him down, but hey, you never know. Yeah. Oh, we didn't have him. I was expecting a Vile Spine there, but he did not have it. But he's loading up his hand for next turn, that's for sure. Well, that is very tempting. Alright, so we got 9. What is the right way to do this? My instinct is to pop this, swipe that guy. That'll take him and him off the board, and then hero power and finish off the Devil's Soar. That should give him no death rattles to trigger in play. So we still got 2 big Stegatrons, Lich King, Malagos. Could always pull a Fungal Lord. There's Nourish. $14, $15, $17. He's got 20 on the board right now. As much as this sucks to have to waste that. Yeah, we knew that was coming. 13, 14, 17. Does he have a Shadow Step? Oh, he's going to cube Leroy. Like I said, not a fan of playing against this deck. They really have a lot of options and a lot of ways to get a lot of stuff out on the board pretty fast with the all the death rattle stuff. Well, you can't win them all, though. Okay, so we got some low-cost minions. And the ability to draw into bigger stuff with branching paths. Let's put that back, though, and keep the other guys. Just see what else we can get. Ixlid. This guy's great, but expensive. But obviously, if you can get some free zero-cost minions, and then you get him in play, and you know, then start playing duplicates of some of your bigger taunt guys, it works out pretty well for you. Even Warlock. Alright, so he'll make some big minions himself. He'll have some board removal with Hellfire and Defile. But he went first, which means he can't get a... He could get a Mountain Giant on 3. That's okay. Let's see what our adapt is. Divine Shield, that'll have to do. Mountain Giant or Hooked Reaver. That's kind of a waste. We're going to trade, though, because otherwise he can Defile, kill both my guys, and then attack through. So I got to take his minion off the board there. Well, we got 2 of them now, so let's go ahead and burn 1. That's a good guy to get. We're at 3. Kind of want to get my 5th guy out. Yeah. That is okay. That I'm okay with too. Because I don't need that guy anymore. What I do need are a bunch of zero-cost minions. And let's ramp up a little bit. So I can get to 9, so I could play Ixlid and then draw 2 cards. That's why I did that. And hopefully get at least 1, if not 2 minions. Three, 6, 8. Okay. So he trades everybody. draw. Let's draw. Yes. So we do this. We play Malagos. That gives me another Malagos. And then I do that and make 2 more Malagoses. And basically, if he doesn't have Twisting Nether to wipe the board, I win. Pretty much what it comes down to. Even without a spell, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 4 is 24. I can do 26 damage just in minion damage without any spells. And then the fact that I'm swiping for 24 will pretty much clear anything. Kill him with the swipe. In hindsight, I may not have needed I still don't think it works out. So that's kind of an obscene reaction to what the deck can do scenario, but still a fun one. And it's a fairly quick deck. I mean, it's been 17 minutes. We've played 2 games. That's not bad. 8 minutes or so. I think I'm currently 4-1 now with the deck since putting it together. That's pretty strong. I don't have any low-cost minions. We're going to put him back. We're going to coin into the wild growth. And then I will play the quest later. Because that just gets me further ahead. I can do quest hero power on turn 3. Nah. Never really like getting Malagos in your hand. Until after he's free. This does unfortunately happen sometimes with the deck where you don't draw any of the lower cost minions, you draw some of the higher cost ones. Then you're just trying to mitigate damage for as long as you can until you can get some of that other stuff on the board. And you have to end up using things like Guild Recruiter and whatnot to get some of the lower cost guys out of your deck. Or you have to use Nourish to get mana crystals to then get to the point where you can play the more expensive guys. Which I think is what we're going to have to do here. Well, it's Hunter, so he's got Hunter's Mark, which I'm going to have to try and draw out or bait out with big taunt minions and his Death Rattle. Well, looks like we're probably going to draw it out here. Because if he's got it, he's going to use it right here. Otherwise, he's got to trade everything on his board. Yep. That stinks. That's not bad. We can make that work. That worked out pretty well. That wasn't a bad turn at all. I gained some armor. He can do 9, 11 with what he's got on the board. He's not quite to his charge minions yet. They're all at 8. The other spellstone. That gets me to 10, which if he had another Hunter's Mark hero attack, he could do 9. He would need 5 more, so he either needs another charge. Well, he needs crush. Yeah, that'll do it. Assuming he's not an idiot. He is not an idiot. Yeah, I just went a little too slow that game. Just got the bigger cost minions in hand first. That's just a bad luck draw. Let's get that out of the way. Let's check our stat tracker. Quest Druid is currently 4 and 2. But mine's slightly different than the standard version because the other versions don't have these 2 Elder Longnecks in. They play a second Ferocious Howl and a second Guild Recruiter. I was finding that it was just taking me too long to get my quests going, doing it that route. So I made some changes to put a couple lower cost minions with 5 attack in the deck to get the quest done faster. Against Mage, we can do the same thing. Coin Wild Growth, quests 4, 5. Not the ideal way to use those cards, but again, we can make it work. It looks like we're averaging about 7.5 minutes or so a game. It's not bad. I mean, obviously, the longer the games go, the less time the less games you can get in, which when you're trying to climb ladder is never ideal. My opponent go away already. There it is. Coin, wild growth. Standard mage. He's taunts. So probably Jaina elemental type mage, not more of the just all spell Alunith kind. It's kind of a waste of Enokin summons, but 6 armor is always nice, and oh. He opted to trade. Interesting. And we'll just armor up and pass. So now we can get to my Furious Eaton. He's going to build himself a nice little wall of Saronite chain gangs. Oh, he got rid of my spell stones. Okay. There is a possibility of an Alunith being in his deck, so I guess it was a damn good thing I did that, otherwise I'd been drawn jack crap for the next 3 turns. Two, 4. Yeah, he could trade. Hero power. He could do that too. Let's just get a few of his guys off the board. Because obviously he's stalling to get the Jaina. That's the only thing that makes sense at this point. Or some other random combo, but alright. Well, at this point, if he's playing a Lunith, he can have it. He'll be dead in 4 or 5 turns. He'll kill himself by then anyway. I need to get a whole bunch of big minions, which I can with Nourish and the Gloop Sprayer. Yeah. And then trade to take out Harrison. That was an interesting choice. Yeah, I'd have hit Harrison once and then done that, and then he would have killed my Harrison Jones, but I guess he really wanted that other card. That's nice. Let's do this one first and see what we get. Makla. We can do that. We can do this. We do Makla and fill his hand. And then we create 2 copies of both of those guys. Now I got 2 Lich Kings for him to deal with. I mean, he can Meteor one of them. He lost Leroy. But Meteor only takes care of one of them. He can gain some armor, obviously, with the spells I just gave him, but that doesn't really get him anywhere. And I mean, I've got 32 damage right there, plus another 9, 41. I'm assuming he'd be dead by whatever means. So I've got more damage than he can deal with. I could Army of the Dead to get a bunch of guys and then hopefully get Malagos in the swipe. Let's see what spell he finds. 5. Nice. Good game. He can kill one of my dudes if he wants to, but... Oh, jerk. Alright. We're going to draw 3 cards. Who's left in my deck? The Cursed Disciple and Malagos. So we play that guy. Then we're going to play the Guild Recruiter, who pulled Malagos. Nice. But my board is full. That should do it. I mean, yeah, Flame Wave or something, or another Dragon Sphere, you can take out just about everybody except Malagos. But he doesn't have enough. Even with then, he only has 10 life left. And I can still do 10 with the Frostmourne and the Hero Power. So, alright, so we're trading wins at about every other game right now. Keep the Nourish. Slightly better cost minion. No odd or even, so is it Zoo? Or some type of control lock? I still don't know how everybody wins with Zoo lock. I mean, I get it, how the deck works, but it never comes together like that for me. jerk. I hate playing Muckler like this, but interesting that the bananas don't track as cards in my opponent's hand. I don't think I ever noticed that before. Yeah, you can double banana him, but that only gets him to 4. I think he just has to attack through then. Problem is, I don't have anything to do with my turn. Except kill him and do that. I can't play Harrison because I have to respect the skull. Yeah. So we're going to have to nourish and gain and trade. I can Lich King now. I can also Stegatron, which might be better. Make him waste some of his destruction spells on those guys before I put commit Lich King to the board. I like that better. Skulking Geist doesn't really impress me. Is that 3? Only 2? Ugh. Might just have to win this game with just big minions instead of getting the quest done. We're up to 3. If I draw a guy who's lower than 5, or 5 or lower, I could Ixalit. I can Ixalit Harrison. I definitely don't want to do that now. Well, there's an Elder Longneck that I'm just going to throw away, I think. I'm banking on the fact I'm going to get one of my Cursed Disciples. And I did. And there's number 5. Now we don't have any type of silences in this deck. So if it is... oh... You gotta fucking be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me with that bullshit. Wow. 20% chance. I had 5 minions in my hand. And he plays this stupid card and transforms my Barnabas into a stupid demon. Alright, well, on to plan B then. That really sucked. There's Defile number 2. He's either really patient in terms of what he's got for his board removal. He's used one Doomsayer. Go big or go home, right? You can't just sit back forever. Yep, there it is. Let's put a couple demons on the board, give them some pressure. Control locks don't usually play 2 Twisting Nethers. That's what we're hoping, fingers crossed. Godfrey. Godfrey. Well, looks like I don't have much of a choice at this point now. He's used Godfrey, he's used Twisting Nether. What's he got left? Soul Siphon. Doomguard. Hellfire Amethyst. Well, at this point, it's gotta be Gul'dan coming out any minute now. He's got 8 cards left in his deck. I don't think I can win this one, obviously, now that... Yeah, there's Gul'dan. He's gonna have like 6 demons hitting the board now. Just 4. is left in my deck. A whole pile of nothing. Yeah, we're not winning this game. He can destroy the rest of my deck. Just drawn all the rest of our cards. I'll just clear my board, attack through. Yep. Yep. Was out of cards anyway. We're not winning this game. Yeah, you could trade the 6 hero power and attack through for 16, or he just soul siphons and attacks through for 22. Yeah, just throw in the towel. Just random bad dumb luck. 20% chance to hit one of the 5 minions in my hand, and he hit Barnabas. Alright, I think this will be our last game. Try and finish on a high note here. Seems like the deck's running about 50% right now, which is not really the kind of numbers you're looking for. But I mean, it's always a fun little combo with the stuff you get to use, and you obviously get to play a lot of cards that don't really have a use in any other deck. Mage seems like a deck that we would do very well against. No 3-drop. Ah. Alright, we'll just do this the long and slow way. This deck definitely has a much more fragile setup than some of the other quest decks. But like I said, it's kind of fun and interesting. He's got 8 in hand. I could fill his hand, but I'd rather just do that. Because I can still fill his hand if I wanted to. just want to get this quest done. Jerk. Well, it did make him burn a silence though, right? So that's always a good thing. Definitely seeing a lot more skulking Geist these days. There's number 5. Nope, it didn't have it. Don't want to let him just easier trade. If I had given him Muckle, I'd have given him the bananas. He could have traded 2 into 1 instead of 3 into 1. A Lich King. Oh, there's a Malagos. I could Malagos swipe and get rid of the Lich King, but I'd rather save him until I've got a way to duplicate him. That worked out alright, cost him a blizzard. He's got another one. And now here comes a much bigger board. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. $14 damage to an enemy and 11 to everybody else. He's already used both blizzards. He can clear out all of this crap with a Dragon Fury or a Flame Wave or something. Meteor. Doom Pact. Alright. But we took out a lot of his big minions, made him burn a couple of spells in the process, and got a big chunk of his health down as well. So we will have to be happy with that trade, and yep, Jaina. It's fine. I'll give him the life. If it gets his minion back off the board. It's just one less guy he can get in. Five, 10, 15, 16. Yep. Oops. That was a mistake. Totally wasn't paying attention. Yep. Now I'll make another one. And now I'm going to fall behind. Shoot. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Let's see what we can draw. Alright. Nourish. That's not good. Doom Pact being the one card you got from the Lich King. Speaking of Lich Kings. Alright. Can I get the Gloop Sprayer? I did not. This is our only win condition, was to get that Gloop Sprayer. Yeah. And even then, I still don't think I can win. Alright. So we play him. He makes a copy. And then we make 2 more copies. Gain armor. Gain armor. Hero power. Take my 4 Lich King cards and see what I can do. Frostmourn's a good one. Death and Decay is a good one. Obliterate's pretty good too. That worked out pretty well. Alright, so that does 3 damage to all enemies. You're definitely attacking there. As are you. That sucks, but it's not the end of the world. See if he's got any minions. Hey. Still alive. We've got big minions on the board. That is not going to do it. Well played. Whew. Well, that was certainly interesting. Always a good way to end. It would be on a high note, but I feel like playing one more. All right, so we'll play one last game. See if we can end on a above 500 record. I think we're 3-3. Yeah, we're 3-3 in this stream here so far. So we're going to try and end above 500. Priests. Resurrection. Probably. Seems to be the most common priest build these days. I like playing that one myself. Quest Priest, Death Rattle is also fairly common among priest decks. Alright. Get a little growth. Why won't it let me end my turn? Did I get disconnected? This is weird. My mouse is still working. That was really weird. It wouldn't let me end my turn. Alright. Maybe I should have quit while I was ahead. Something's clearly going on with my mouse here. Try not to look into the light as I'm playing with it. Alright, so this is definitely going to be our last game because whatever's going on with my mouse is starting to annoy me. Spirit Lash. Coin. Ziliax. Interesting. Not at all what I was expecting. Alright, where are we at here? 3. Let's draw some cards. Let's try this. See which one he gets. Nice. He played a Lich King. And I drew my other gloop. Darn it. Did my stream freeze up? Well, it looks like we're still recording at least and still streaming. It just seems to be lagging a little bit. Oh, he could shuffle everybody back into my deck. Well, I can Ixalan Malagos swipe. Which may have to be what I end up doing. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. I can do 12. $15, $17. Yeah, we can win right here. So we Ixlid, double Malagos. And you can shuffle all my guys back in and coin. Which I'm okay with. Those guys aren't free now, though. Still got his back against the wall, though. That sucks. That definitely sucks. Yep. I came up just like 1 point short. And now I am not going to be able to get him. Because now all these guys cost full cost again. Oh, boo. Yeah, we can't get him. Oh well. Caught a bad break. All right, well that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this. Thanks for anybody who watches this video. Hope you learned a little bit about Quest Druid, and certainly very excited to see all the new cards coming out in a couple of days, and what new exciting decks will be available before all the old cards rotate out in a couple months. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.